Now, on with the event. I will shortly hand over to Tony Northcott, our project manager for the Oceansgate project. Tony will give you all a brief overview of the project. Then we will go over to the two principal speakers for today, Tudor Evans, the leader of the Plymouth City Council, and Doug Lloyd, Keir's Area Director. Doug will then hand over to Kate Ellis, our Publicity and Corporate Responsibility Manager, to take us through the actual topping out ceremony. Kate will be giving us all instructions, so please listen. I hope you enjoy this unique occasion. And now over to you, Tony.
Welcome everybody. I'd like to give you a brief overview of where we're at on site. Kate, first slide please. Yeah, the office block is a 3-storey building. We have a plant room at the 3rd floor level where we have completed the internal walls and commenced the plant room M&E installation. We have also commenced the M&E first fix installation on all floors, ducting, SVPs, installation of high-level basket, trays, conduit, and commenced the wiring. We are continuing with the internal walls, metal stud partitions on all floors, and are due to close these in with plastering and mist coating works due to commence. Once we complete, we will be ready to commence the raised access floors, IPS and tiling. Externally, we'll continue with the stone wall into the building. Once complete, we'll be able to complete the roof flashings and cappings, and we're continuing with the curtain walling. Kate, next slide, please. The industrial units, building 1.6, consists of 7 open plan units. The cladding works is continuing on that building, and block work is also continuing. Once the block works up and installed, we can then install the roller shower, windows and doors, which are due to commence in the coming weeks. Kate, next slide, please. Building 1.8 consists of 5 units. The cladding works is ongoing on that building, including today we've started the block works and jumbo stud dividing walls. We couldn't commence that today. Building 1.5, which we're due to start in the next coming weeks, is 3 units where the groundworks are just about to start the drainage and slab prep to some of that slab just commencing. The next slide, please, Kate. Obviously, coronavirus is having an impact on the project. Social distancing was initially a real challenge, but with the following government guidelines and site operating procedures, with good compliance from our supply chain, we are managing social distancing really well. To enable us to comply, we've had to install an additional canteen and utilising one of the industrial units, building 1.8, as a 3rd rest area, as you can see in the photo. Some of the social distance measures being carried out on site is only 1 person at a time in the drying room and toilets. We've had additional washing facilities and hand sanitisers and cleaning of all welfare on site all day. I would like to thank James Whitelock and Plymouth City Council, Warren Ford of ACOPOM, for the offer of some of their facilities, car parks and office space to help with the social distancing that we have not had to take up at this time, but thank you for the offer. I'll hand you back to Kate. Thank you.
Lovely. Thanks ever so much, Tony. That's brilliant. It's great to see things progressing, and obviously this is a very unusual topping out ceremony. And normally we would have had you all there today having a proper site tour, but I think we're coping pretty well, and certainly the site team are. So without further ado, I'll hand over to the leader of the council. Just a quick reminder, if everyone could just pop off cameras and keep the microphones off while the leader of the council is speaking. Tudor, can I hand over to you now, please?
Tudor, if you just pop your camera and microphone on, it'll be over to you.
A warm welcome to Oceansgate virtual topping out ceremony. First in the UK, as we've heard, which is the kind of topping out ceremony I like. This ceremony marks an important milestone in the construction of Oceansgate Phase 2, which is, of course, as you know, funded by Plymouth City Council, the European Regional Development Fund too as well. And it was only in late September, you know, we were here cutting the first turf. Amazing. Kia, ACOM and the Oceansgate teams have done an incredible job to get us to this milestone on time, especially with the high winds we had in January, and then of course COVID-19's lockdown. Now, I'd really like to say thank you to Kia Construction for all their hard work, especially during these uncertain times. I'm finding ways to keep workers safe and productive. I'd also like to thank ACOM technical advisors and project managers for their ongoing support for Oceansgate. Their energy and creative planning has kept all aspects of this key project moving forward. We are hoping the construction phase will be completed during October this year, and we'll be welcoming tenants in early 2021. Now, in a moment, Kia Construction will say a few words and conduct the ceremony virtually. Hopefully, the live video feed will show you the shape and the scale of the buildings, and recognise that they will look stunning and provide a great location for businesses wanting to move to this unique location. Oceansgate is a key regional project and part of our Resurgam recovery plan for Plymouth as we come out of the COVID-19 crisis, to support local jobs, procure locally and strengthen important supply chains. In particular, Oceansgate will safeguard and create new high-skilled jobs in the marine, defence and technology sectors. It will directly develop new marine and technology skills and introduce new, exciting, fresh apprenticeships. I'm pleased to report that we've already had strong interest from marine businesses, some setting up in Plymouth for the first time. And I'm delighted to see a number of those businesses join us online today. Now, phase 2 gives an additional 1,100 metres squared of office space, 100% pre-let, and 1,350 metres squared of light industrial business space, 80% pre-let, with only 3 units remaining. We estimate Oceansgate phases 1 and 2 will provide over 300 local jobs over the next year or so. Oceansgate phase 3 is now our next step, with many further construction and technical jobs to come. Finally, I am pleased to announce the names of the phase 2 buildings. The workshop and industrial units will form what will be known as Discovery Court, and the main office building will be called Nesbitt House. Why? Well, Nesbitt House is named after Kate Nesbitt, MC, who's the first female sailor to earn the Military Cross, Britain's 3rd highest military honour. Kate is also one of our own, being born and brought up in Plymouth. Kate, a naval medic, earned a Military Cross for sprinting 70 metres over open battlefield, peppered with enemy fire in Afghanistan, to save the life of a gravely wounded soldier. And we hope the building name Nesbitt House both captures the bravery of our medics and the rich naval heritage of the Oceansgate site. Thank you all for joining us today. And I'd now like to invite our contractors, Kia Construction, to say a few words and give us a tour.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Tudor. What a lovely, inspiring speech. And it's great to see that despite we're all been in various different places, you're still able to be with us and deliver that today. We'll now hand over to Doug Lloyd. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tudor. Thank you, Kate. And yeah, I liked your well-placed poster in the background there, Tudor. Made me smile. Could I also extend a very warm welcome to everyone watching today's event. Topping out is an important milestone for any project, and today's event is a special virtual one, obviously. Today we're celebrating completion of the highest point of the building on this project, procured through the Southern Construction Framework, and given the recent challenges related to COVID-19, as touched on by Tony, it's a credit to the resilience, determination and collaboration of the entire project team to have reached this stage of the project. Working collaboratively with Plymouth City Council, ACOM, our consultants and local supply chain, we are working safely and in line with the Public Health England's guidance and complying with the Construction Leadership Council site operating procedures. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved in this project for their support to enable us to overcome the recent challenges, and the progress we will show you today is a testimony for the commitment of all involved. Tudor's explained the importance of the Oceansgate scheme as part of the future plan for Plymouth, and supporting our local economy, our SMEs, staff and local businesses is crucial at this time. So today is a celebration, and we are marking it with a traditional ceremony delivered in a very contemporary format. And I'm delighted that so many of you have been able to join us virtually today to mark this event. The tradition of topping out is said to date back thousands of years and has historically involved the placing of a tree at the highest point of the building, although it can also involve tightening the bolt on the top of the building or placing of the roof tile. The ceremony is to honour those who have worked on the project and bless the building for the future. Today we're going to go back to its traditional roots and placing a tree. Before we have the official ceremony, I would once again like to thank everyone who has been involved in this project, which has been a huge success and will continue to be a huge success as we move towards completion. And I'm extremely proud of my team and everyone involved in delivering this project today. I very much look forward to seeing the facilities being used by key education, marine, defence and technology businesses, creating jobs and delivering the technical expertise to these important sectors of Plymouth's heritage and economy. I'll now hand you back to Kate, who will talk you through the formal parts of the topping out ceremony. Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. That's great. Very much appreciated, and especially with this more challenging situation that we would normally find ourselves in, it's great to see we can still go ahead and celebrate this milestone. So we will now be going live to site and onto the roof. So Tony, here he is. James, if we can pop your camera off for just a sec. We can now see Tony. Well, actually, we can't see Tony. We can see Amy up there on the roof. So Tony is also up there on the roof, and as you can see, we have some amazing views. Now, I'd like to introduce Amy. Amy Dunnon is doing an apprenticeship in dry lining, and she works for New Barton Contracts. And as you can see, Amy is placing the tree in the official position. Well done, Amy. It's wonderful to have one of our young apprentices here on the site, representing the people who are working so hard to join the industry and carrying on with their training whilst being able to go out and work at the same time. Well done, Amy. Okay, so now can I ask Doug Lloyd and the leader of the council to turn on your camera and raise your mugs, and we'd like everybody to join in with our 3 cheers. So if everybody would like to now turn on your cameras and your microphones, please. Brilliant, great to see everyone. Okay, just wait until everybody's on there. That's brilliant. Okay, so on the count of 3, we will do 3 cheers. So everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. Hip hip hooray! Hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Brilliant. Round of applause, everyone. You'll be doing your clapping on Thursday, so this is a good practice run for it. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone taking part today. Thanks very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Great work, team. Great work. Thank you.
Thank you too. You've been a star. Wonderful. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Well done, Oceansgate.
Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks all. Cheers.